made it. So this time I got some food. We got a burger, we got some chicken, whole bunch of good stuff. But here's the burger. It's a good one. So it worked out. I thought it was going to take a little bit more time, but it was pretty quick. So it worked out good. Now we're here doing the post lift live. We got some food for the recovery gains. Plus, we need some energy for tonight's practice. Ham Hoagie, what's up? Says, what's going on, big guy? Doing pretty good, man. We had a good recovery lift. The stuff I had to get done, we got done a lot quicker than I thought, so that was cool. Um, and now we're eating. I got a burger. I got some chicken. I even got some French fries. How you doing, man? How's the? I got the window open. The cars are driving by. Is it loud? Is it too loud? I can shut the window. Just happened to stop at a one of those what are they called? Public parking spots, the parking rides or whatever they're called. Oh man, Ham Hoagie, it was all accident. He says, "Oh man, you're killing me. I'm just starting a diet cut." Oh man. Well, I appreciate you taking making the sacrifice, while I eat this stuff because it's rough out there. And he says, Ham Hoagie says it's all in good health. That's good. Plus you'll get a little leaner, a little meaner, maybe even a little faster. Oh, cool. The sound is good. Can't even hear him. All right, that's good. The Ham Hoagie. I can't remember if we talked yesterday. Did you hear about the Todd Hutchings Petrenko match? I'm very interested in that match. Ham Hoagie says not yet. Well, I might be mistaken, but I think that's set. That match is set. I'm not sure on what weight, but either way, I'm excited. Martin, what's up, man? He says, "Hey, bro, cheers." What's up, man? Appreciate that. And Ham Hoagie says, "Hard to bet against Hutchings right now." Yeah, man, I definitely agree with that. It is. I'll tell you what. If you're, if you have a dollar and you want to make a couple, 10 grand, maybe make the bet. But yeah, the odds are definitely with Hutchings, I would say. I got Hutchings winning. I got Hutchings winning. I think it's going to be a great match, but maybe 3-1, 3-2 Hutchings. It's going to be interesting. Any other matches? I can only think of the two: Italian Devin and Hutchings and Petrenko. There's got to be at least 10 other matches. And Mogi says Hutchings is a huge inspiration for me. I started arm wrestling around the same age. Crazy, the older guys are still getting them gains. That is awesome. And that's one of the coolest things about arm wrestling is you could just keep on getting better pretty much until you die of old age. You know, that's a very cool thing, I say. And Mogi says, I think Robert is still doing the slow trickle of card reveals. Could be. That slow drip is going to build the anticipation. It's definitely gotten people asking questions. I've been asking questions. You know, like what are the matches? But yeah, that's definitely interesting. Been getting a lot of bleeps lately. And Logan says, "What are your thoughts on East versus West switching to a subscription base instead of a PPV?" I could definitely see that. I mean, it's probably it might be smarter from a business point of view, but it might take the arm wrestlers a little bit to get used to it. Possibly. Is that what they're doing for this event? They're switching over to a subscription, like a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription or something like that. That's pretty much it, I guess. Definitely got to be some pros and cons, you know. But you know what the membership is? Martin says the annual pass is great. I wonder how much it is for the year. Just curious. I mean, they might be able to plan things out better in terms of like what they have to work with, you know, with like money wise, because not depending on so much, you know, to sell the pay per views of that day instead of building it up, you know. That's interesting. Let's see. Hamhogi says Robert mentioned something about not doing pay per view in 2026. It's like 130. It's not too bad. That's not too bad. How many events do they do a year? Five, six, maybe more. That's interesting. Martin says 8 for next year, every month and a half. All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. And Hoagie says that includes after pulls as well? Question mark. Martin says negative ham. And Hoagie says I think they have a separate service for after pulls now. That's interesting. That's interesting. Bubba, what's up, man? This is Hey Chief. You ever seen Over the Top? That's a great question. Yes, I have. I've actually seen it. I watched it when I was a kid before I even knew arm wrestling was a real sport. But that's funny that you bring that up because on Saturday, we call him the Chief. That's his nickname, the Chief, the High Chief. He was gifted a over the top CD, and once in a while, every couple weeks, we'll play it. It'll end up on the TV while we're training. And Hoagie says, by the way, if anyone has a Roku TV and isn't aware, East versus West has an app on there now. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. What's a Roku TV? Is that just a type of brand, or is that a subscription or something? Well, you got Martin's attention. He says, "What? That's fire. That's definitely cool." That's definitely cool. And Hoagie says, "Yeah, smart TVs with apps." Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Bubba says Sylvester Stallone in that movie. Gotta love Slide. Yeah, man, did pretty good. Did pretty good with arm wrestling. Um, and he only crashed that truck when he wanted to, so he could drive a truck. At least in the movie. And Hoagie says, like a TV with a Roku stick built in. Oh, that's cool. So definitely making some big moves. They're on the TV now. We had someone that was on TV yesterday on the live. Chris Wackalacko. I can't believe we didn't talk about it. Um, there's so many stories. We'll have to bring that up on the next one for sure. But he does commercials. He does commercials. And Hoagie says, funny thing is, David Lade, YouTube personality, reminds me of that kid from Over the Top, but grown up. I don't know if I know him, David Lade. Maybe I do, but if I saw him, I bet I wouldn't. I'd probably think the same thing. He's that kid all grown up. Martin says, yeah, I can see that. Laugh out loud. That's funny. And Hoagie says, he's been on a few arm wrestling channels now. So maybe I have seen him. Maybe I have seen him. See, I got a question for you guys. Which YouTuber that's not an arm wrestler do you think has brought in the most new fans to the sport of arm wrestling? So that's an interesting question. So which YouTuber that's not an arm wrestler that has gotten into arm wrestling or done at least a video or something has brought in the most new fans? What do you guys think about that? So I think that's an interesting question. I mean, my first thought would be Brian Shaw, probably one of the strong men, probably. And Hogan says he'd be a great challenger for a newcomer trying to make a name. Definitely would. I bet he's got a lot of subscribers. He's probably got a big following. Martin says, I would say Larry Wheels, but Brian Shaw is still getting a lot of eyes. And he says, carrying the torch. Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, Larry Wheels too. I mean, they both have giant social media, so they got a lot of fans, a lot of eyeballs, watching. And Ham Hoagie agrees. Definitely Larry for my choice too. That's a great pick. It's definitely a great one. Wolfie, what's up, man? Just doing the old pre-lift live. I'm not sure to that question, Wolfie. To be honest, right now all of our moderators are people that I personally met, that we've met, in person. So I mean, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying we'll have to either have like a FaceTime meeting or something like that, um, or come on over to practice, get some gains in, and then bam, that's two birds, one stone right there. And Hoagie says Larry's short-lived arm wrestling content segment was actually pretty good. If I'm honest, some great matches to watch on his channel. Wolfie, I'm sorry, Wolfie. We warned you before. This is an 18 plus channel. Um, so I'm gonna have to do this, Wolfie. My apologies, Wolfie. We told you before. This is an 18 plus channel. Um, but that's the rules. Rules are rules. If anyone's wondering, it's gonna be a good day. let's see. Let me know if you guys got any other questions. Arm wrestling related, powerlifting. I asked you guys a question about the YouTuber that's not an arm wrestler that got into arm wrestling that brought the most fans in. Let's see if you're wondering. We're actually Ham Hoagie. Cover your ears real quick. Now that your ears are covered, just finished up the burger. Now we're on to the chicken. Martin says, I found arm wrestling from Schoolboy. Ironically, not even someone from the US, LO. Yeah, man, that's pretty interesting. I mean, Schoolboy, he's got to be one of the most popular arm wrestlers out there. I mean, at least from new people, if it's not Devin Lorette, it's Schoolboy that they know. Um, so that's very interesting. And Hoagie says, LO, all good. The more I suffer, the harder that bulk will hit. Definitely true. Definitely true. And when you're bulking, come on down to the labyrinth. We'll get some practice in, and then we'll go out and we'll definitely bulk. There's some decent restaurants in my area. Nothing super fancy, but let's see. You guys remember your first professional real arm wrestling match that you watched? For me, it was well, it I didn't think it was real, but I watched the Game of Arms when it came out, and I thought it was just like a reality TV show kind of thing. It wasn't until I went to the first practice and I started looking up videos. Well, the first match for me that popped up that I saw was Michael Todd versus Neil Pickup, the old Arm Wars when they were on the beach. No cover, just on the sand. It was a platform, but they were just on the sand. The sun was beating on them. I think Michael broke his arm or something, and I think he still came out with the win. And Mogan says, brother, 2026 is the year for travels and meeting arm wrestling peeps. The old lady and I are preparing. That is what I'm talking about, man. Well, man, let me know, dude. Tuesday, Saturday. I mean, unless we have a competition or something like that, we're Tuesdays and Saturdays. So, I mean, even if it's last second, shoot me a text and we'll send you the location. And Hoagie says, my brother competed in the 90s, but I started watching arm wrestling during the WAL days. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Your brother still pull, or is he taking a break, maybe? Maybe you got so good and he couldn't handle losing to you that he can't That's funny. And Bogey says he's old and decrepit now. Hello, but nah, he wants to get back into it. Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. The best thing about that is they have an old and decrepit class. I don't know how old and decrepit he is, but it's something. I think it's the Masters and the Grandmasters. Now that being said, I also think most of the time that's sometimes the most competitive class. But watch out for those old guys. Everyone that knows. But if you just happen to be hearing this, you're new to the channel. Watch out for those old guys, especially in the sport of arm wrestling. They got those cables for tendons. And always says old guys have those arms that just refuse to move. LO, like fighting years of damaged tissue. That's usually a calcium or scar tissue. Usually, uh, if Jerry, I don't know if Jerry posted his MRI of his elbow or maybe an X-ray, but he's got this mass of calcium, bone, scar tissue in his elbow. From years of just pressing. But you're definitely true. What's his name? I'm not sure how to say your name, so we're gonna go with 39. 39, we appreciate that comment. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but thanks for joining. And you seem to be a new person, so we had the question we like to ask new people: who is your favorite arm wrestler and why? Or maybe you don't know what arm wrestling is and you got some questions, so let us know. Eddie Hall, that's a good choice. That's a good choice. Now, I met Eddie Hall once in Colorado during the strongest, well, it was two events. The strongest man on earth and also the strongest arm on earth, the first one. Um, Back then, which was called arm wrestling, just the Shaw Classic. But it was a cool event. It was at the Budweiser Center. But I asked Eddie Hall if he wanted an arm wrestler, and he said, no. He goes, nah, mate, I'm good, mate. Lots of mates. But you never know. We're in the same weight class. That match could happen. But what makes Eddie Hall your favorite arm wrestler? Is it the way he pulls on the table? Is it his character? Is it something else? But what makes him your favorite? Just curious. Very true. Ham Hoagie says Eddie's going to need a stepping stool to pull with the one and only Nic Stone. Very true. And I'm a nice guy. I'll even let him use two stepping stools. That is funny. That's good, clean fun for everybody. Well, Josh says, well, crap. No notification. No worries, man. No worries, man. Even I shot you a message on Facebook. Facebook must be slacking too, unless I messaged the wrong person. So I've been known to do that once or twice. But either way, if you want to hop on, feel free. The link is in the description. But I'm sure you already checked. I'm sure you already are checking right now, maybe. Oh, and I guess I didn't get a message. But I will check after this live. 39 says, don't know a lot of arm wrestling, and Eddie Hall is the only one I know. Well, I'll tell you what, man, you picked a great channel to, if you want to learn about arm wrestling, if you're just interested, you picked a great channel because this is an arm wrestling channel. So maybe you got some questions. Maybe you got some questions. Ram Ram, he says, hey, where's the camera guy? He's here. He's in here. You just can't see him, but he's here. If you look up a couple comments, he's right there. So 39 says, are there any Swedish arm wrestlers that I should know about? Yeah, arm wrestling is very big with the Swedes. If I'm not mistaken, now I mix up a lot of that area. If I'm not mistaken, I think Sarah Backman is Swedish. If I'm not mistaken, I may be, or at least she's close to there. Definitely look up Sarah Backman. She's one of the best female arm wrestlers in the world. Let's see. I'm usually not good with the names from overseas. But if you type, there's a channel. I want to say it's just Swedish arm wrestling. I forgot the guy's name. He's an arm wrestler, but I think he's got a pretty big YouTube. I think it's just Swedish arm wrestling, or maybe Swedish arm wrestling TV, maybe. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. He posts a whole bunch of stuff. I haven't seen it in a while, but I'm sure he's still posting stuff. And Hoagie says, yes, Sarah's a good one. Absolutely. Absolutely. 39 says, sounds Swedish. It definitely does. Ram Ram says, sad for Tally. He has to wait for Laban. Yeah, I mean, it definitely stinks, but on the positive side, he's got an awesome match that I think the fans might be may be more excited about. But I see what you're saying. Definitely stinks that they got to change the plans around. And Hoagie says East versus West just had a Swedish event. Oh yeah, you're right. If I'm not mistaken, I think a couple of people I know went. I think Thomas Dearborn went. I think David Stone went. I think we had the same last name, but I don't think we're related. I don't think. But that's definitely true. Ramramp says, if you have to visit Canada, which place you'll choose? So I've been to Canada once, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Toronto, I think. maybe Ontario. No, I think Toronto. I've only been there once. I know they got a lot of cool, nature stuff. So maybe one of the, cool Canadian nature spots. If they got any cool things like any famous parks or something like that, maybe something like that, maybe. Let's see. I'm not super familiar with Canada. I know about Toronto, and I think Devin lives in Ontario, and I think that's the only two Canadian places I know. But same question to you, Ram Ram. You visited Canada, which place would you choose? Oh wow! Speak of that, Dr. David Stone, what's up, man? He says, unfortunately not related. Could use your genes. That's what I'm talking about, man. That is funny. Usually we got to say your name 3 times, but I just said it once and you showed up. What's up, man? Welcome,
Nada, just
welcome.
chilling. Just chilling.
That's good. That's good. We got some good food. I mean, it's almost gone, but we got some good food.
What you got?
I had a burger. It's gone now, but I had some chicken and some French fries.
Sick, sick. Nice. I'm just, screwing with fucking with the YOLO box, getting everything set up, adding background music and all that. But I guess I was mistaken. I thought this thing allowed intro and outro videos, but I guess that must be the ultra or above, not the pro. Whatever.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
Whatever. I can
Now we
still show
know.
my video. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I did all the I built all the countdown timer, did all the colors, the specific colors, added a specific background, blah blah blah, for certain things.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
It is. It is. Matter of fact, I got some pretty good music from it's a gentleman. I call him Lee Atkins. Apparently, his real name is Dan Atkins. He's a VAL boy. He is the voice of not podcasts, their tournaments and stuff. The VAL boys, they have Dan Adkins doing all their commentary because he just has the damn voice.
It's like a
He
movie
made a
voice or like a singer
no,
voice.
bro. He's got that radio voice. Like it's real
Oh,
smooth. It's real easy. It's just he knows how to keep his tone. He knows how to keep his pitch. He knows exactly how far away from that microphone he needs to be because it's not a condenser. So you have to be this fucking far from those mics. So you can, they block out everything and they give you really good, like podcast quality microphone, just super clear, super easy, and they just block everything. That's why you got to be this close to them because
that's
they're
good.
I forget. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. Cardiopathic. I don't know. Cardiotic pattern on the mic. Let's say it's this is one of those mics. So you would have to talk directly into here. But the pattern that it blocks, let me find a spot where it's shaped, would be shaped like a bubble. So here's the top. This would be the pattern. It's almost shaped like a heart coming out and around the back. It blocks everything from there out. So that's why when you see it, they're directly here and everybody's talking right here.
Oh, I see.
Otherwise, otherwise those other mics, they're condenser mics. So they're powered with 48 phantom volts and they pick up everything. Everything.
Even the not so
And
good stuff.
it everything. Every single thing they just pick up, they catch. It doesn't matter. They get it all. And To stop that, you get yourself dynamic mics.
That's what I'm
But
talking about.
my man makes music. He's a musician, and he sent me a couple guitar riffs, and one specifically for 10 minutes long, because my countdown timer, when I go to start a live, I can go live, but I'll have my countdown timer up. So technically I'll be live, but my countdown timer is there with a static background that has all the um, sponsors. So a sponsor banner in the background with an overlay of a countdown timer for 10 minutes. Well, that countdown timer, you can customize it, add music. And so that's what I did. I hit him up and I was like, bro, I know you do music. Do you got something that's 10 minutes long that I could just add to this? He was like, sure. He sent me these couple music, but I got this guitar riff. It is just fire.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited.
So yeah, I mean, chat coming up soon. Once I get this thing all fired up, I want to do a test stream with it. I don't know. We can go live on Nick's, or so we don't screw up his algorithm. We can go live on mine, but we'll make sure to send out maybe a. If we use mine, we'll send out a post on Nick's. You know, he
Yeah, we'll do
can.
something like that.
You've made posts before, just regular posts on YouTube, right?
Yep.
So yeah, he'll just send out a post and say, hey, we're going to go live 10, 20 minutes, Josh's channel, whatever, look out on it. It's going to be a test stream. So talk whatever you want. But it's basically just to make sure that this thing actually streams to YouTube. You know what I mean? We'll play some background music. We'll play some videos. We'll pull up websites. There's all kinds of cool ass shit that they added to these things. We'll try out.
What does the YOLO stand for with YOLO box?
You only live once, YOLO? But it's YOLO Live is the company. YOLO with a capital L then IV. YOLO Live. I
Oh,
believe
okay.
it's a Chinese based company. I think it's either Chinese or Japanese. I apologize if I fucking offend anybody. My bad.
That's all right. I don't know if they might not be able to understand you anyways.
Oh boy. Fuck.
Let's see. Hoagie says Tom might have been. I know he was at the last East versus West. You can see that salt and pepper haircut in the front row. Definitely can. And 39 says if you could go to any European country, which should you go to? So Josh, yeah, would you? I know you've been a whole bunch of spots, but if you can go to any one, where would it be?
Well, I'd probably go back to one that you're not allowed to go back to as a civilian. Unless you happen to be a certain, you know what? Never mind. It is you cannot be on this island if you're a civilian. So period. End of story. It's one of those islands. It's not what you guys think. It's not Epstein or this is an island owned by the Queen. It's called Diego Garcia. It's a little island in the
That is
Red
funny.
Sea. Our Navy uses it for R&R, but it's a gorgeous island. It's beautiful. That's where I would like to go back to.
That
Everything
is
is either
awesome.
free or $1. Like your haircuts are $1. I mean, it's so remote that the Navy poured so much money into it. Like when we go there, like we hard broke because our engineer used to be a mechanic and knew how to hard break a jet in a really nice place where it's really hard to get parts. Anyway, so yeah, we were there, hard broke twice, and like we have, like I was constantly out on the 22-foot center console Makos fishing constantly. They charge you $1 an hour to rent these boats.
Not bad. Not bad at
No,
all.
they're 22-foot center console Makos with twin 250s on them. You have
So you can get some
500
fishing
horse.
done.
Oh my God. And the sights, it's gorgeous. Look over off to a certain side, and then you place somebody over there and take a picture of them, and just make sure that there isn't a top secret classified nuclear sub in the background type deal.
That's key.
Yeah, that's super key.
That is funny.
But yeah, that's what it is. Diego Garcia, Biot in British Indian Ocean territory.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
I could only take about 10 days there before you want to pull your hair out. That's why I went bald.
It makes sense. I can see it. I can see it.
But be careful walking around at night, because them coconut crabs are massive. I mean, they're massive. They're coconut crabs, bro. They're huge.
Like what are they, like 60 pounds?
Did you ever see one?
Just on videos. I've only seen videos.
But you've seen one, though. Whew.
Yep.
Scared the living shit out of me. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're just as afraid of you, but they just wander around. So when you're walking around at night, bring a flashlight. One for down on the floor for them coconut crabs, and one straight ahead for the big ass them banana spiders that are just directly over the path at eyeball face height. You walk into this creature just made by the devil.
Oh man, imagine if they started working together, like what do they call whatever relate or something.
Hey, we don't need these devil creatures working together. All right.
One could go high, one could go low. You wouldn't even see it coming.
Bro. And them coconut crabs, yo, they grab the coconuts. Did you see their claws? They'd be the best arm wrestlers ever. But they'd grab those coconuts and they rip the husks apart.
Like no problem. I remember seeing something. What was, I don't know. I mean, it was just no proof, but who's that female pilot that went missing years and years ago? Amelia Earhart or something like that. Was it Amelia Earhart? Earhart. They're saying that
I don't know if she went
crashed,
missing. Did she? I thought she just crashed. Not that she went missing. She just crashed, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She crashed. There's I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard someone's opinion saying that she might have gotten eaten by those crabs. So have you ever seen those crabs eat meat? I mean, they're strong enough to definitely do some damage.
Well, you've got to understand, they're crabs. They're ground feeders. They're bottom feeders. So anything that hits the ground is probably going to be either shit or excrement or leftovers. You know what I mean? And they're there to clean everything up. It's the whole environment, man.
The circle of life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But they're huge. They'll scare the shit out of you. I walked up on one and I thought I stroked out.
How quick do they move?
Not very quickly, but they're just massive. And when it's dark and it's just there and it's this big.
Too big.
You're just not waiting for, bro. It looks fucking crazy. Just Google it.
Oh man. Maybe I wonder how those things would be as a pet. Get a little coconut crab pet, walking around town.
I mean, I could see you doing that. Coming to your tournaments with a big ass coconut crab. Like, Nick, what are you doing?
I was like, what?
Josh,
Josh,
hold him. No.
He likes you though. He likes you.
Bring Frank's brother back home.
Yeah,
Yeah, Frank will ride him.
that would be funny. That would be funny.
Yes. Frank rides the coconut crab, and Frank's got a little vest on with a laser on the back of him.
That would be funny. Hey man, it could happen. It could happen. When I was younger, I really wanted a pet alligator, but I never got one. But you can buy one online
Well, I mean,
pretty
you can get
easy.
real ones. You can get real ones. I mean, legally, I believe.
Yeah, legally,
They're
yeah.
just
Depending on
caiman.
your state. Depending on your state. My state you can.
Okay.
But $250, they'll mail it to you. I know that. Unless the price went up. I'm sure it has inflation.
Oh my goodness. Football says I seem in good spirits.
Oh, he was in good spirits until right about now. If you want to see a transition from happy to grumpy, it's this. I remember what I said before about the last bleep was the most well timed. I think this one takes the cake. But that is very, very funny. Raccoon, what's up, man? David says, oops, excuse me. Great headed to Vienna next month to that East versus W. That is awesome. That is awesome, man. Ram says, Nick, you include lemon in your diet? Yeah, I eat some lemon. Man, he
Fucking
also says,
assholes.
they got you really good with that one.
Fucking
He's like, hey,
Suzuki.
Josh, you're feeling pretty happy today. Bleep.
Fucking Suzuki.
Oh, man. But yeah, Ram, we got some raccoons. We got some big old raccoons over here.
I blame football. Bastards.
Yeah, he set you up. He set you up good for that one. Sailor, what's up? She says, I'm going to listen to your fine gentleman as I drive home from the acupuncture. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, Sailor. Let's see. I may be way up there.
Down at the bottom, is that a add to the safe sender?
Down at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, David, yeah.
Okay.
We actually, we have the same last name. I don't think we're related. We'll have to do the
Okay.
old, what's it called?
Well, I saw it and I was just asking. I didn't want to say nothing, so I was just like, "Is that a safe sender?" You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yep.
Adam,
Yeah, Adam, please. Thank you.
you got it. Do, 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 do. Done. Safe.
That's what I'm talking
Perfecto.
about. Well, let's see. Football says can't make that up. Very true.
Dude, you can't. I'm telling you. I get smashed every time. Every time.
Maybe it's the smiling that does it. They see the smile and they're like, nope. That is funny. Let's see. David says cheaper than Colorado or Chicago. Oh, that's cool. That's always a good deal. And football says Stone is a sick last name. It definitely is, Definitely you can get some cool nicknames. It's easy to remember the spelling, so that's always good. Some people have some very hard names. I was able to learn it very quickly.
Well, come on, chat.
Oh
You got the
man.
big dog here. What you got? Let's go. What you got? What you got? We got 5
Yeah,
here. We got 7 thumbs up. What are y'all doing? You can do us a favor and smash that thumbs up. Doesn't cost you a thing, but greatly helps out the channel.
definitely would.
Don't
Definitely
for,
would.
Definitely don't forget to subscribe to Stone TV. After you subscribe to Stone TV, you should definitely become a member. Isn't that right, Nick? What kind of member benefits do they
Absolutely.
get?
They got a whole bunch of good stuff on there. We start with
Shit.
the first ever Dungeon Super Series, 9 incredible matches. Some of the best guys, some of the best ladies in the country, some up and comers, some legends. There was a handicap match, a 1 versus 3, incredible event, and it's on. It's only one place on earth to watch it, and that is the Stone TV memberships. Also, I don't have anything with me. Um, you get 5% discount on the Team Stone T-shirts, Team Stone straps, corn cob handles, as well as coaching. If as long as you're a member, you'll be able to use that. Yep, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's a nice shirt, if I must say. Very, very nice. So if you guys want to get one of those shirts, shoot me a message on Facebook. If you're a member, you get the 5% discount. And also, if you're a member, you will be able to see all of our arm wrestling training, all of our heavy training, medium training. Every training that is not a recovery workout will be for the members. So a whole bunch of gains out there to be made, guys. So all you got to do is hit that members button. And if you're wondering what that strap is, that's a nice strap right there, if I must say it myself. Team Stone strap, get a nice buckle, nice and long in case everyone's got, fat hands, your friends. I'm not saying you guys have fat hands. I'm saying your friends do, so you're going to need that long strap.
Look at that.
That's,
That's way
that's
up
like,
there, man.
that's like a healthy anaconda length, You got to work on
Huge.
the weight a little bit, but the length is good. Oh, there it is. There it is. The corn cob handle. It's a multi-tool. I've been using it for pronation, supination. Oh, and I'm glad you brought that up. So you reminded me, Josh. I appreciate that. And
Yes, sir.
separate, the handles go for 20. The straps go for 20. But if you buy them together, you will get a discount. You get them both for 30. And it just so happens they fit great. So you can put the strap on, hook it up to your cable, hook it up to weights, even bands. The possibilities are endless. Do some pronation, supination. I mean, we're still messing around with new exercises. I've even done, some lat pull downs with it. So it's a bunch of good stuff. So all that being said, definitely become a member.
After you become a member, definitely don't forget to right next to that is the little bell icon. If you hit that little bell icon, go up, select all. That means you're going to ask YouTube to notify you anytime Big Nick goes live, drops a video, or makes a post. That way you should be notified. Just like I was notified about this live.
Yeah. They were, one more minute and they would have sent it over, The old 31-minute, gracer time.
Oh boy.
So,
Oh, and speaking
Ran.
of all that, and then speaking of the 5% discount, that doesn't apply to something, right?
Oh, you're right. Yep. So I actually have one on right now. This is actually, let's see, is this the second one? No, this is from the
Yes.
first one, but let's see. You see, I'll just show you a little bit right there. That's the Turtle Man. That's from the first year, but we have some second year shirts left. Those shirts go for 30. Now the discount is not applied to those shirts because 100% of the money from the t-shirts is given to the Turtle Man charity. So it's a good cause, raise some money for a good cause and arm wrestle. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Raising money and arm wrestling. I'm in.
Absolutely.
Hey, Nick, at any of these events that you throw, do you do any sort of like food drive or anything like that as well?
We didn't do a food drive, but that's a great idea. We could definitely do something like that.
Like
Um,
donations to for a food pantry in the area, maybe?
yeah, that would be really cool. I mean, if everyone brought one can, I mean, there'd be 200 cans or something like that, you know.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's a great idea. I'll have to see if I have any places that do that or accept donations and drop it off.
Oh,
Um,
heck yeah. I can
just
only
gotta do
imagine there's
something.
somebody in the area. Heck yeah. Local church somewhere. Normally,
Oh, I
food
wasn't even
pantries
thinking
are
about that.
connected to churches and stuff.
Yeah, that'll be good. Before I'll hit the local churches up, see if they do anything like that. Um, yeah, that would definitely be cool.
Are there any homeless shelters nearby or in the area?
I don't think there's any there. I don't think there's any in my town. Maybe in a town next to me, maybe.
Okay.
But I'm not sure to be honest.
All right.
But I'll check it
That's
out. I'll
sick.
definitely check it out.
That's cool.
'Cause if that was the case, I think it would be just as good just to drop it off. Like if there was one, just go down there and drop it all off at once.
Yeah,
This
that's
way
what
you
I mean.
actually
That'd be
know.
sick.
Yeah, because a lot of those charities, like the big ones, I don't really, it's hard to trust them, because only like 1%, if that, is going to the actual charity. All the rest is going to, people's pockets.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that was a big thing. Like, I'm not even gonna say it was just a lot of the big corporations that say that they're 501c3s, not for profits, but then you come to find out that, you know, only a percentage of what was donated goes to that, and then the other rest goes to HR and all that other crap. So,
Yep, exactly.
yeah.
But that's right. You got to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good. Because most of the time, the good comes out on top. At least that's what I tell myself. But Ram says, "Who is that bull guy in that T-shirt?" So it's a great question. That's the Team Stone logo. It's a half bull, half man. And if you're wondering what he's doing,
Minotaur.
he's squatting a bunch of weight. Very true. It's the Minotaur. Not that reminded me. I had this idea for a long time. There was a movie. I want to say it was Role Models. It was the guys that got in trouble and they had to like do the volunteer thing and like uh you know role model a younger kid that didn't have like a family or something like that. But there's this one scene where they're fighting with like I don't know what it's called, but it's like they fight with knights, but it's like styrofoam weapons. It's like a game sport, but they're fighting like
They
that. And
Those are
then
boppers. Yes. Society for
boppers.
Creative Acronyms. Yes. Society SCA, Society for Creative Acronyms.
All right. That's what I'm talking
Just
about. But
yeah.
there's this one scene where they pull up in this truck and it's, they got a Minotaur on the truck and everyone is freaking out, you know. And one guy goes, "A Minotaur?" I wanted to take that sound and use it for an intro, but I don't know if I can because of copyright. But we'll see. We'll see.
We
Like
will.
play that and then play some metal music right after that, comedy into some metal. That'd be
Yeah.
funny. Sup, dog? What's up, man? Let's see. CS Trading. What's up, man? He wants to know your angle. Oh, just the way you're sitting, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's what it means. Either way, it gets the job done. Let's see. Football says, "You think any animal can beat a gorilla in arm wrestling match?" I think only an elephant could if I figured out the mechanics. I don't know, man. I think whatever animal can understand the rules first is going to be pretty good. You know what I mean? And also, they might go through a lot of trainers trying to teach the gorilla arm wrestling.
Breaking a lot of trainers.
That's if they even get there. You know what I mean? That
Bro.
is funny. That is
I
funny.
wouldn't do that with a chimp.
Nope, hell no. To be honest, maybe
Bro.
this sounds crazy. I would take the gorilla over a chimp.
I don't
And that
know.
might sound
I don't know. At least you might have a chance of getting away from a chimp. Might, maybe,
yeah.
might. That
I don't know.
gorilla. Did you ever see a gorilla hand? Oh my
Yeah, they're
God.
like big
It's
old
literally,
palm.
bro, I think it's the size of a first baseman's mitt. You know that weird mitt that looks like a catcher's mitt for first basemen? Bro, I'm pretty sure it's that big. It's huge. Because somebody asked me a question and they were like, would you rather get this or what did they say? Would you rather take this or get 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 a proctology exam from a gorilla? And I was just like, what? Well, a lot of people say gorilla, and then the dude shows you the size of a gorilla hand, and you're like, holy crap. And then they change their tune. It's just weird. Their hands are massive. All I gotta say is they're massive.
Yeah, I bet there's some changes of tunes for sure. That
I
is
want
funny.
nothing to do with those creatures. Nothing.
Well, the best thing about where we live is the only time you'll see one is if you go to a place where they keep them in cages or if they just happen to escape, then you're in trouble. But
These dudes that go to the Congo and shit, and they're passing by these lowland gorillas, you guys are out of your minds. That thing will fart and knock you into the next zip code.
it definitely will. Definitely will.
Goodness. No. Just no. You think Bubba in jail is bad? Can you imagine Silverback Lowland? You're done.
Yep. Very true. Oh, if you don't believe us, go give the old college try. That is funny.
And back to arm wrestling.
We're back to arm wrestling. Sailor says the old suck dog's daughter was on Lucky One's podcast last night, and then she says, I'm talking into my phone, so forgive the spelling. That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah, that threw me off. I watched the podcast. I saw the picture of this blonde girl with the double bicep up there. The show comes on. It's this black haired girl. I was like,
Well, speaking of bleeps, the old bleep. While Josh is meditating, I'm going to read some of these comments. That is funny. Dr. David says, what's an elephant's PSI? At least a couple. Then he says, you're talking totally unending evolution. That is funny. Dr. David says, have you ever seen a mountain gorilla in person? They are scary as shit no matter how thick that grass is between you. Glass, not grass. Yeah, absolutely. I ain't messing with no gorilla. I ain't messing with no great apes or any old. When I was a kid in my state, there was a woman that had a pet chimpanzee, and it really messed her up. So I remember hearing about that ever since I was a kid. Oh,
yeah, that's
Dr. David,
crazy.
very true. Polar bears too. They look cute in those videos and those soda commercials, but you can't trust them.
Can you hear me yet?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Dr. David says, I remember that for her face off. Yeah, I think it was her face, all her fingers. Very, very, it was rough. It was a lot. It's definitely,
Chimpanzees are nasty. They go straight for the most volatile places. Genitals, for one. If you're a male, be careful because they're going to try and rip everything off. Like I assure you, they're trying to rip or bite off. That's what they do to other. Bro. They dismember uh other ones of other tribes, and then they eat them for frick's sakes. It's gross. Chimpanzees
yeah.
are nasty, bro.
That's why when I said I'd rather, if I had to pick, I might have chose the gorilla just for that reason. Gorilla might maybe it'll be so quick they'll just smash you once, pick you up like Hulk and slam you.
Actually, you're probably 100% right. You probably just got a way better off chance of just being all completely docile. Take the smack that it's going to smack you, and then once it walks away, chimp ain't walking away until you're dead, and then it's
Put you in
carrying parts of
pieces.
you with it.
Yeah. For a snack on the road.
Gross.
Yep. That's good, clean fun for the whole family.
Good, clean fun.
Yep. That's one of our many sayings. We got so many, it's hard to keep track of them all, but we'll get there.
Well, let me
Let's.
mute this. I'm going to go remove some coffee.
All right. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Take your time. Take your time. Let's see. Dr. David Stone says if you want to know what they are capable of, watch Planet of the Apes. They have nothing but contempt for humans. Very true, man. Very true. Which Planet of the Apes are you talking about? Are you talking about the old school one, the original one, or are you talking about the one with Marky Mark? So I think I've seen. I might have seen. I think I've seen those older ones, or at least one of them. But I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying. Yeah, it's been an interesting. It's been an interesting podcast today. We talked about arm wrestling, about great apes. What else did we talk about? That might be it. Arm wrestling and great apes. That is funny. But welcome back. But welcome back.
It's good to be back, chat. It's good to be back.
You know what would have been funny is right when you said good to be back with your hands up. If you got the old,
I was
you know
waiting
what
for
I
it.
mean.
I
Yep.
was waiting for it.
So
I wanted to see.
it's definitely not someone with a button because that was a perfect opportunity.
No, I think they missed it, and now they're waiting. Suzuki, he's
Ah,
waiting.
he's
He fucked
waiting.
up. He must have been taking a bite of food or something.
Could be. That's on him though. That's all on him. And David Stone, Dr. David Stone, my apologies, doctor, said speaking of
Doctor.
arm wrestling, are there any tournaments up there coming up? There definitely is, doctor.
Doctor?
Um, doctor.
Doctor. Don't, because I'll just keep doing it.
That's funny. But February 7th, if I'm not mistaken, Sayla, one of our teammates, has a match, and that's also a tournament. There's a whole bunch of tournaments going on. I think the same day there's a tournament that Josh knows about, if I'm not, unless it was canceled or changed. Something was changed.
The location of Dragon's Grip on January 10th, which is this Saturday. It was a
Oh,
change
okay.
of location because it was a location that just decided to close the doors and not tell anybody. That's all. I
I
believe it
see.
is now at Pal's Tap House.
Good old pals.
PALZ. Yes,
Oh, with a
sir.
Z. Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
So it should be fun. Should be fun.
Hell yeah, it should be.
Let's.
I've never seen it, so I don't know. It's all brand new for me, and I'm gonna have to live stream this. So we'll just got to see what. So I'm
How the
warning y'all
cookies
now. Just
crumble.
bear with me. I've never even seen this place before.
That's right. As long as they have arm wrestling, that's all that matters. But speaking of arm wrestling, the last emperor says, "What do you think of the potential matchup between Jerry and Ricard?" Any opinions on that, Josh?
I think any match is a good match, but Reichert is he on a Jerry level? I don't know. I ask because again, I've only physically been touching hands for 2 years, and I try and stay out of the drama, so I don't follow much of anything. Nick, you're gonna have to impart your wisdom upon me because you pulled Jerry, you know Jerry. I don't. I don't know
So
Reichert either.
I've pulled Jerry quite a bit at practice. I've never pulled up or dripped up with Raycard. I've only have what I can see. I mean, I think Ricard is tremendously strong, but I don't think he'd have a chance against Jerry at this moment.
Do you, before you go on, do you think they are trying to give Jerry this to get his, I don't know, get his groove back, get a win because he took all these I'm not saying that that's what's happening. I'm asking because I don't think he may be on Jerry's level. And it seems to me that this might be a fluff up match for Jerry to get his confidence back up or something. Maybe, I don't know. Again, 2 years.
I could see that thinking. I don't think so. If maybe
Okay.
I'm mistaken, but I think Ricard did a public call out for Jerry, and I think that's how it started. So
Okay.
I think the original idea was from Ricard. I don't think maybe East versus West had an idea, but I don't think they had an idea about it. But I don't think.
Do you
I
think
mean, I
maybe
don't.
it might have been set up like a preemptive, hey, Record, if you win, who are you gonna call out on stage?
It could very well
I
be. It could very well be.
I mean, at that
Um,
level, I could see that because they might want to know beforehand just because they're the owners and want to know. I don't know. This is all hearsay, though. Again, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely interesting. Um, I mean, my first thought is I don't think that East versus West would make that match. Um, because I think it would make more, at least for my own opinion, I think it would make more sense for both athletes to have, Red Card still work his way up to that top five, in the world. And then Jerry, I mean, I still think he should pull, someone that's in the top 10 in the supers. I think he's sixth or something like that, or you know, maybe sixth,
What
seventh,
about
eighth.
him
What's up?
against Georgi?
Yes, they pulled before. Jerry won, and it was an awesome three. I think it was 3-2. I would
That's what I'm
definitely like to see
saying.
that match again. I would definitely like to see that match again. That would make more sense. I think,
Hundred
my
percent.
opinion, that than Ricard, just because they're both in the top 10. They both have, I think, you know, uh, uh, they both had a loss.
They both coming off a
One loss.
loss.
Yep, and they're both in the top 10.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Plus,
sir.
style-wise, it's going to
That's
be an
it.
absolute
Top
battle.
roller against the presser.
That's what I'm talking about.
100%.
So,
I think that would be fantastic. That would make more sense of a match to me than Record Borman. I mean, again, I'm not taking anything away from that gentleman. He's strong as shit, dude.
yeah, he's definitely on a really fast rise. I mean, probably one of the fastest rises out there.
It's a hell of a trajectory, yeah.
But I think East versus West is smarter than to make that match happen right now. Maybe in 3 years, something like that. I know, give him some more matches. Slowly work up the supers.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, these guys have been in it for 20, 30 years, so they worked their
Yeah,
way up to these
yeah,
things. I mean, they didn't get any, fluffing on the way up. Jerry fucking sweated his ass off with that tongue out on every freaking table that he was on. Yeah. Jerry, put that thing in your mouth, Jerry.
you can't. It's just the way it is. Yeah, that's how it's like how he cools off like a lizard. Isn't that how lizards
Yes,
cool off?
yes,
They stick their
yes.
tongue out and it cools down. That is funny. That
He's
is
gonna want to
funny.
see you the next time he pulls. Not only are you gingering them, you're geckoing them.
The old ginger gecko. The only thing
You
that
hear
the
that,
ginger
Jerry?
gecko. Oh man, the only thing that the ginger gecko is not able to do, and that's change the hair color.
Oh
But he can arm
man.
wrestle. He can arm wrestle.
Holy shit, yes he can. But yeah, I mean, to recap on it, I mean, sure, give it to him. Let's see how it goes. But I think when it goes the way I think it's going to go, I believe they should give Jerry a proper match. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Dr. David says, hopefully Jerry pulls in Arkansas June 6th. Great seeing him stateside. Absolutely. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
Hey, Dr. David, what's June 6th? Pardon my ignorance on that, but what is June 6th?
I think it's from Arkansas. Maybe Mike Monster Factory has an event.
Oh,
That's
because
what I think.
Arkansas, who else throws down there? It should be Hancock too,
Oh,
right?
who says East versus West will be in Arkansas?
Oh,
Very interesting. Very interesting.
hey Nick, what are you doing in June?
We might be taking the old field trip down to
Oh my
Arkansas.
goodness! So you're saying to charge up the batteries and get all the cameras put in the car?
Yep. All the tripods and spare batteries and lenses and
Well, you don't even have to do
anything
that because
else.
the way I set the car up, my one power outlet that's located in the back, I actually got a 400-watt inverter that I used to do all my tuning at the racetracks. So I just plug in my 400-watt inverter and it gives me 120 volt outlets. As long as I don't go over 400 watts, I can power everything. My cameras are only what, a couple watts? The YOLO
That is
box is a
sweet.
couple watts.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
So it'll all be live cameras the whole time.
That will be cool. I'm excited. I'm 24/7 live streams.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine driving? Being tortured while driving. I'd have to have somebody there in the passenger seat.
Yeah, you need someone to at least read them.
Read them or mod. I'd have to find a
Oh, you're
what?
right.
Yeah, for banning, for frig's sakes. Can you imagine trying to ban while you're driving?
You end up banning the wrong people and only left with that one person you didn't want.
State trooper
That is
pulls you
funny.
over because he's in your chat.
Oh, yeah. Saying some crazy stuff just to see if you're using your phone while you're driving. That is funny.
Entrapment, bastards.
That is funny. But guys, I think it's that time. I got to get going. Josh, before we head off, is there anything you'd like to tell the people of Stone TV?
Nah, before we leave, before y'all leave, if you guys can do us a quick favor, if you haven't already have. So we have 4 people here. We've got 13 likes. If you could do us a favor and smash that like button, doesn't cost you a thing, greatly helps out the channel. It lets YouTube know that you enjoy what we're putting out, and then they'll push us a little bit more in the algorithm. After that, if you can do us a favor, definitely subscribe to Stone TV. After you subscribe to Stone TV, you can become a member. There's a lot of member benefits. You get discounts on a lot of stuff. If you need to know a little bit more about that, you can rewind the stream and then go back and find a spot where Nick has explained everything. And after you become a member and you get all them sweet ass member perks, don't forget to hit that bell icon, scroll all the way up, click all. That way, you are notified by YouTube anytime Nick goes live, makes a post, or drops a video. That being said, anything else you have for the people, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, so real quick, I want to say make sure you check out Josh's channel, that Camera Guy 98. A whole bunch of great stuff out there. I want to say thanks for watching. Also, we will be arm wrestling training tonight, 5 p.m. That will be for the members only. So if you want to see how we train, you got to become a member. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you very soon.